Depression hit, he wanted to talk about the struggles that the working man was going through, particularly financially. And he too, during the Depression, was financially strapped, and he was someone who was able to take advantage of what was offered during the Federal Art Project. He was many of the artists, but one of the first artists who took advantage of what was going on with the Work Project administration. And he made a name for himself by doing public art. Public art is what we see all over the United States. It's typified by mural work, usually large monumental sculpture. Those of you who travel on the subway in New York City, you see a lot of public art. The mosaics that you see on the walls in the train stations, in the subways, is great example, are great examples of public art. Those murals are paid for with public dollars, and that's what public art is all about. During the Depression, President Roosevelt made sure that artists were giving back to society and helping society by beautifying public spaces, and also were being supported through what they were doing by being paid by the federal government through the Federal Arts Project. Some of his work was thought to be Marxist, although he was a very independent artist and didn't adopt Marxism as a personal philosophy. So his shapes, his work with lines, his colors, very flat, very simple, very bold, and colorful. His compositional work is interesting because there's a lot of action going on in his work, and he's definitely trying to convey a message. His mother was a sculptor. His father was an art editor for the Philadelphia Press. He himself dropped out of high school and began commuting to New York City, where he met Robert Henri, who was one of the leaders of the Ashcan School, and he began his art training under Robert Henri in 1912. In 1913, Davis was one of the youngest painters to exhibit at the Armory Show, which was an extraordinary art show because it was filled with the first modern artists of the day. A lot of European artists, including Van Gogh, Matisse, and Picasso, were part of that show, and they had never been seen before in America. And they influenced Davis strongly. He became at that point a committed cubist and a modernist after seeing the work, particularly of Matisse and Picasso. And he began spending summers in Gloucester, Massachusetts, and he started making painting trips to Havana and New Mexico. And after copying the works that he saw at the Armory Show, he started developing his own singular, unique modernist style. And this is the kind of work that Stuart Davis became famous for. And it was the kind of work when I was a young artist that really got me excited about art. He really was attracted to advertising. He liked the bright colors in advertising. He was thought to be an initiator of pop art that came much later. In fact, he was long gone before pop art was invented. But this kind of contemporary subject matter such as cigarette packages he got inspiration from, spark plug advertisements, etc., was thought to be foundational for the pop art movement for people like Andy Warhol, etc., who came after him. So this is a kind of an abstraction of a still life. And he did series of these kinds of paintings. And this is the influence from jazz music. Because he did things in series, it is an imitation of the kinds of chords that you hear in jazz, the repetition of the same chord over and over again, the basic chord structure in improvisation in jazz music. What do you think of this kind of art? Any comments or thoughts? Anybody not like it? Anybody like it? Folks at home, do you have any thoughts? All right, why? Can you put into words?
I definitely see the correlation between Warhol and science. And I personally just love the instant gratification of color. And it really just pops. I hate the idea of advertising for cigarettes.
Well, back in the day, remember, people thought cigarettes were good for you.
Exactly. So we have to take that into account. But
Right.
it is a pretty wild advertising. But the time also. I think, I mean, I don't know. But I think it's pretty out there for the times.
It is. His
Like, I
work
can't
was
imagine,
pretty
like,
revolutionary for the time in which he was coming up.
Yeah.
Agreed. So, yeah, very colorful, very bold, as I mentioned before.
I like the playfulness of the shapes and the use of the lettering as shapes.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're
So-
not just lettering, they're abstract shapes as well.
So frequently he used letters as shapes, not as letters themselves or as words, but as shapes. Thank you for bringing that up, Ken, because that is very important in his work. So he was trying, his goal was to, quote, reconcile abstract art with Marxism and modern industrial society. In 1934, he joined the Artists Union. He was later elected its president. In 1936, the American Artists Congress elected him national secretary, and he painted murals for the Federal Art Project of the Works Progress Administration that are influenced by his love of jazz. In 1932, he executed a mural for Radio City Music Hall. Probably many of you have seen it. It's called Men Without Women. His first wife had just died. Some people think it was named Men Without Women because he was devastated by the loss of his wife. However, it was named after Ernest Hemingway's second collection of short stories, completed the same year. According to Hilton Kramer, the New York Times critic, Davis was not happy with the title or the location of the mural at Radio City Music Hall. This one's a little blurry, I apologize. I like the way he mixes geometric shape with organic shape. So if you remember, geometric shapes are the ones we can name: circles, squares, triangles, etc. Organic shapes are the ones that have plant or animal type forms. And he was a master at mixing the two together. And he brings everything down to the basic elements of art: line, shape, color, size, all the things that we've been talking about since the beginning of time. He spent much of his life teaching. He taught at the New York School for Social Research and at Yale University. This one has a landscape feel to it, doesn't it? It feels like it's underwater to me. I see things that look like seaweed. There's a spiral shape that could be a seashell. Could be the forest with a
It
waterfall.
reminds me of a quilt.
Reminds you of a quilt, Stephanie. Okay. It does have that feeling, the flat shapes. Some of the patterns look like fabric. It's a wonderful piece. Love the colors, that kind of orangey color with the blue. Very nice. The unexpected green, very nice with the reddish. This one's blurry. So sorry. But again, this is very typical Stuart Davis. Who's the artist, the other artist that this reminds you of? I mentioned that when he saw this artist's work at the Armory show, he became committed to modern art.
Keith Haring, maybe?
Who?
Keith Haring? No?
Oh, maybe, but that's not the artist I'm thinking of. It's a French artist, Matisse. You knew it? I know you knew it. Doesn't it look like one of Matisse's underwater collage? I'm gonna pass by this one quickly because it's so blurry. And he did copy those artists. He loved these urban scenes. He did these quite frequently. He loved walking through the streets of New York City, and they were a huge inspiration to him, as well as jazz. As I mentioned before, he was first professionally trained by Robert Henri, an American realist. And Henri was interesting because he rejected all the academic norms of painting and encouraged his students to find new forms and ways to express their art and draw in their daily lives for inspiration. He had a great sense of pride in being an American. That was part of the progressive era in which he grew up, and he created several works centered on, quote unquote, Great America. And after his training with Henri, Davis, I just mentioned, would walk around the streets of New York City for inspiration. He had a strong social conscience, which was strengthened through his friendship with John Sloan, another anti-institutional artist. Look at the use of words in this piece as well. Again, the introduction of the organic shape in very strong geometric abstraction in this, but he has the courage to still put in curvy things. I find that very difficult to do, to combine the two in my own work, and he succeeds brilliantly at doing things like that. Look at the juxtaposition of small shapes with larger shapes, the tiny stripes in the black window against the orange background. Really like that. The small bricks against the larger flat shapes of the background, the triangles in the picture on the right. Very interesting, the green line of the triangles with the red buildings up above and underneath them. Fantastic use of color in this piece.
Red, it's between red and orange.
Yes. With the blue, it's really nice, right? Davis also had a huge respect for the French artist Leger because of the very formal clarity of Leger's work. And you could see that too in Davis's work, the way he's pared everything down just to color, line, and shape. He's trying to bring art down to its bare essentials. So his work becomes more and more abstract the older he gets. Excuse me. This is one of my favorites of his. This is one of the more famous series of Davis. He painted with oils. He painted on paper, canvas. He was also a printmaker, so he did quite a few lithographies. And he did colored litho as well as black and white.
Some of the thoughts look like they're coming at you this way.
Yes, so that is optical illusion that's created by the way the shapes are placed and also the color. You can play around with that yourselves today. That has a lot to do with the diagonal lines. Remember, we've talked about perspective, the way the lines are used, create the illusion of depth and space in this picture. The way the blue lines and the green lines and the black lines at the edges of these shapes angle backwards and diagonally into space, create that illusion of depth. And that we learned from the Renaissance artist. And here is Davis in the 1930s using the same technique. So this may be the last image in the slideshow. Look at the different kinds of font too that he uses with the words. There's script as well as printed letters. He also is introducing numbers into this piece, and he's still using the letters as shape, not necessarily as words. Even though we can read the words, I'm not sure the words are important for their meaning. They're more important for their shape and color. Notice that he places some of the letters vertically, some of them are diagonal, some of them are horizontal. So position of the shape in the composition is very important. He's mixing curvy organic, again with geometric. Little bit of texture with the red dots. And the little tiny red triangles under the word now. He really thought long and hard about where he put his shapes. I don't know if he used stencils, possibly. I'm pretty sure he used rulers. I did bring rulers for us today.
You mentioned the W in red dots. The W comes forward because the red dots are behind it.
Yes.
The word else comes forward because the red dots.
Yep, they do create that
If I wanted
optical
to
illusion.
make the word else go back, what would I do?
Well, there are a couple of things you could do. You could put it in a shape with lines that project backwards to a point, a vanishing point, as if it were in a landscape. And that would make it look as if it's going back into space.
It's almost like middle, it looks like it's in the middle of the blue shape coming forward.
It
If I
does.
wanted to go further back, further forward.
Yes.
change
And
the
you could work with
thickness.
color, Donna. You could use lighter color, and it could be on a darker color background. That would also make it look like it's receding into space. You would have to play around with your colors and see what happens.
If you look at mountains, the mountains are farther away. They look lighter, fainter. There's
Right,
more atmosphere and mistiness, haze.
right.
Ghostly.
So things
Lighter
are-
colors in the back. Lighter grayer colors would be in the back, in the distance, smaller shapes. If you wanted to really recede into the background, everyone, you would make the letters really tiny and darker, grayer in color.
So it'd be smaller
Grayer,
here.
yep. Yeah, you would play around with perspective and color. Oh, here's more. Okay, so this, notice the way his shapes, some of them, many of them, touch the edges of the paper and touch each other. So that's a compositional thing you could use today in your work to create the image that you are going to make. It really helps compositionally. So you see the way the red shape is touching the yellow, the green shape is touching the black. Both green shapes are touching the black and yellow shapes. When shapes touch each other, it gives you options in your composition. It helps you organize the whole picture. So think about where your shapes are touching. Notice how he's filled the entire page, right? And again, he's mixed organic with kind of geometric shape. I like the black curvy shape in the bottom right-hand corner. It looks like it's grabbing for something. And then the black open mouth thing coming down from the upper right. Looks like it's trying to touch the curvy black thing in the bottom.
This can make a fun jigsaw puzzle.
It's like a jigsaw puzzle, exactly. You can think jigsaw puzzle when you lay out your composition today. That would be a great starting point. Flat, bright, very bright, bold colors in Stuart Davis's work. Oh, I put more. See, I love his work. I think I put more pictures in this slideshow than any we've had in a long time.
That looks like a doll, right?
A-
One of those silly dolls, like a chicken. I see a chicken.
Okay. To me, this looks like a landscape from above,
Yeah.
like you're flying over a playground or something, or a park. All right, I'm going to zip through these now because I feel like I've talked enough. Again, this one has more of a landscape feel to it. But I think we're getting the idea, right? You want shapes that touch, that are flat, geometric and organic mixed together, a little bit of patterning and texture, a little bit of line action, maybe a few words or letters, surprising color. Any thoughts or comments before I close out the slideshow? Nobody at home? All right, so I do want us to explore creating something similar to Stuart Davis. I have brought in today, for those of you who are here, I have brought in magazines, colored paper, and acrylic paint. There are pencils, rulers, soft pastels, a few oil pastels, but not many. I didn't have room in my cart to bring everything. Scissors, glue, sticks for spreading the glue, brushes, of course. I think that's it. I like the idea of creating a puzzle piece image. I would recommend you start first lightly in pencil, do flat shapes. For me, I would go for paint on this project, but if you prefer, you can do collage. You could paint first, you could collage on top of the paint. I'm going to put a Stuart Davis picture up on the screen for you to copy. But guys, I think this is the opportunity for you to create your own geometric abstraction. I think you would have a lot of fun doing your own, excuse me, Stuart Davis style piece today. Any questions? Those of you at home, if you don't have paint, you can definitely do this with pastel. You could even do it with marker. Susan, you have that great marker collection. This would be awesome in marker. I wish I'd had room in my cart to bring markers, but I did not. Any questions about what we're doing or making today? Let's go to work. While you're getting your materials, I'm going to put the picture by Stuart Davis up. First, I have to find it to share. And if you like, I guess we could put some jazz music on. Raise your hand if you want to hear music today. 2 people. All right, we'll try it.
No.
3 people, yes, for jazz. You can use letters. Use the magazines I brought if you want to use letters. Linda, I'm kicking myself. I should have brought stencils. Those of you at home, if you have stencils, use them. You can make your own stencils, of course. All right, so remember I said that Stuart Davis worked in series. So you can see that now by the image that I'm putting up on the screen. It's similar to one we looked at in the slideshow, very similar, right? But not the same as the one we looked at in the slideshow. I love those blobby shapes that he made. Love, love, love them. Any of you who came late, I have postcards for the show that we will be in on April 27th. If you want to take some to give to family and friends.
I did. This is the guy who's going to get this right. Oh, yeah. And I didn't know, then I saw the, oh, he said that I was running. No, I didn't even know that he's running, but then I saw that it is. Yeah, I don't know. Yes, our.
I know nothing.
Even we're neighbors, we're longer ways. Yes. That's what our neighbors.
Remember I said vertical.
Yeah, these are very most. Could not enter your gym. It looks like a world here.
Art show. I want some art.
This is supposed to be art deposition.
I don't need that. Yeah, I did.
No, I won't. I won't.
Have to think about it.
I would like you to participate.
When should I get it to you? 'Cause I didn't bring it.
Next week is it. You'd
Next
have
week.
to bring it next.
Next week's last week.
Yep. So, people in-house, I did not bring pallets today, so just take a piece of paper, fold it in half, and that can be your pallet. It's only so much I can fit in my cart, I'm sorry. Yeah. Not that fast. So I'm probably not gonna watch. I can get more water. Yeah.
Now, we were doing squat. My crash is going to explode. But it's always exploded. Like the metaphor, so but it's not complete practice. Like that, I was walking on it. Oh, yes. It's a barbell, yeah. I was putting her ice on.
That was awesome. That's so good she had to count.
When she does want to walk to the refrigerator, I get
That's cute.
I'm going there to spend the ball.
Oh, you should.
Yeah.
I've been doing weightlifting for over 20 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes, I know.
I'm glad you're doing that. But we need our class. I don't know if we're in or if you care, but I'm not gonna march and stuff. Okay. So we're on their way.
Yeah, I really like her. She noticed that this fruit is in my nail color. Thank you. I had to cancel.
They were late and they were like, "You're not free."
I had to cancel. I'm having a crazy week. I have visitors coming.
Kids?
No, no kids. I have, one of my childhood friends is coming to over the weekend. So I'm hosting him and his mother for Easter. And I don't have a car. I have to do a lot of shopping. No, I gotta go shop. So, I'm using my son's car, so yesterday I had access to his car. So I had to take it, yes. And then I'm having.
But that's a good idea.
I'm starting to get rain. So. I get excited about things that I want to do next one, and I remember what my life is.
Where do they come from?
I'll have to start.
They're only coming from South Carolina. We grew up across the street. We went to Trafford.
Then you can use your own house.
Based on this, that study. When Tom's maybe
Very well.
Are we on, you know, yet? I'm pretty cold that.
Probably around 4 o'clock.
Okay.
Give me what you want. And at the art show. Oh, no, I heard. But soon after the art show, because I don't. And the show is gonna have to come down. I mean, so guys, listen up for a second. Listen up. Linda just asked me a great question. She asked, when are you gonna get your artwork from the art show back? It would be fabulous if you could show up at 6 o'clock at the show on April 27th and just pick up your artwork. Remind me to repeat that next week and also on Tuesday. That way I will not have to bring all of your artwork back to my house. It would make my life a whole lot easier. And then you wouldn't have to worry about me losing anything or destroying anything. So if you meant to bring artwork for the art show today, you do not, bring it next week. Make sure you sign it. And then the art show ends at 6 p.m. on April 27th. Come and pick it up or ask someone else in the class to pick it up for you. Your tiles, those are your homemade tiles in the Tuesday class. I think that I am going to be dropping them off to be fired tomorrow. If she fires them tomorrow, I may even have them back for you by next week, but I cannot promise. I'm supposedly dropping them off on Thursday, but that's not definite. And whether she puts, I don't know what day she is gonna actually fire them. So it's all still very iffy on the side. But trust me, I am trying to make that happen as quickly as possible. Gonna leave the whole bag with you, and you let me know. And I'm hoping that everyone participates. You have all done incredibly beautiful work. Folks at home, I'm not sure. Well, Susan and Margot, you came to class yesterday. Susan, did you give me work yesterday? Yes, you gave me your whole portfolio. Yeah. Robin, maybe you could come to the actual place where the art show is going to be.
Yeah, I'm unfortunately missed the class where you talked more about,
All
how
right.
many.
So the art show is
Oh,
going to be April 27th.
okay.
I'm hanging the show April 26th. The
Okay.
location is the St. Matthew Trinity Community Center. It is located at the corner of 8th and Washington Street,
Okay.
Hoboken. And I will probably be there starting at 5 p.m. that night, April 26th.
Okay.
Now, the only other option you would have is if you could come in person to next Wednesday's class to drop off work then.
I'll try to do that, and maybe I can help you on Saturday.
I do actually have quite a few helpers now, so
Okay. I'll try to come to the class on Wednesday. That's great. How many pieces? I just have collages that I'm interested in showing.
right. I'm
And-
telling people I will probably hang one large and one small piece. So one 18 by 12 and one 11 by 8.
Okay, mine are 12 by 12. All of them.
That works too.
Works. Okay.
If I have room.
Yes, of
So
course.
we're talking about a lot of students now. So
Well, if somebody's work sells and they have another piece with you, could the other piece get
I
put up?
will not, even if your work sells, I'm not gonna, people are gonna have to come back at 6 o'clock to pick up sold work. I'm
Okay.
not gonna take things down and rehang. So
Okay.
no, that's not gonna happen.
Okay, very good.
If you want to come and sit at the art show and your work sells, you can take it down and give it to the purchaser and put something of your own up, but I'm not gonna do that.
Okay, all right. And the show starts at what time on Sunday?
11 a.m.
Oh,
and ends at 6 p.m. Margot has very kindly offered to sit at the show. Anyone else who's willing to sit, that would be wonderful because it's going to be a long day.
okay, I'll see if I can.
Be sitting is so much fun. You get to meet a lot of people.
Yeah.
And you get to talk about your work to others and get ideas and inspiration about what you're doing from others.
Okay, thank you, Liz.
You're so welcome, Robin.
Okay,
I hope you get to participate.
yeah, I hope so too. I plan to.
All right, good. Oh, I forgot all about the music. Hello. I told you I missed. 5:30 this morning. Not sure how to get to it while we're sharing. I can do it on my cell phone, right? No? Who said? Somebody said no. Oh, let me go to YouTube. That's what I wanted. Hello, Raul. Not letting me.
flashes, right?
Grade one. You're working so small. Are you happy working that small? You're working so small. You're happy working this small, that's okay, but so tiny. The paper, when you fold it, you could do it to fill the whole big piece of paper. Almost. But it's up to you. Yeah, you could do it all piece of paper. And it's you. All right, you do what you feel comfortable with. Oh, you're sure, it'll wash out. Really, that's a piece idea. Very sweet.
Yeah, I
Filling in shape.
yeah, exactly.
But it's not really challenging. Just letting you know.
No.
Already.
Oh, you need somebody to do. Yeah. No one has to do that. Yeah.
Folks at home, you are concentrating deeply. You're good, I think. Looks good.
Okay.
We still have plenty of time. I am gonna repeat that I have to get out of here very quickly today, so I can get home to walk the dog. I'm babysitting my children. Miss that.
What kind of dog is that? Let it go.
They've had it for years. Really.
Well, it's on the, yeah, it's on the follower show that had. Was it girls?
Oh. There's not creative.
Hold down the top of your screen, is it volume? Anyone can be, and we could go to one together. I don't take it. Well, I think this is the easiest.
Based on a dream I had the other night. Well, I was trying to get oriented in a dream. And, usually there's some sense of confusion, trying to figure things out in some dreams. So then at one point I thought, okay, why not just float above the city and look down, and maybe I'll get a better perspective. Yes. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Darker.
Wait.
This one also is lighter, darker down. That's dark.
darker here,
Yeah,
and light
you
out
want
here.
to put like this, then
Yeah.
I make it dark on the bottom.
Uh-huh.
Make it lighter.
Yeah, I think I'll go back over some of this
Yeah.
after it's a little bit drier. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly. Uh-huh.
And then speckles could be sitting on top of like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it would be darker. Darker than it.
Yeah. Make it dark.
Mhm. Yeah. Oh,
So down there,
well, I don't even know the ability.
this one goes down because this line goes this way. You make a line,
Yeah,
a second line.
yeah, yeah, I don't want it to be too definite with this. But just have that view. Yeah, yeah.
You need to shade the same color,
Uh-huh.
but if you do the same color, the same color.
Mhm.
It's working because you got light on top.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, I have to finish working on it. Thank you. I need to clear it.
Unless you want this to be white.
I think generally I want it to be darker.
Yes, yeah.
Right. And it goes over the top of the image.
Depending on how bright the color.
Yeah, okay,
Reacts to the green that you chose.
okay. Thank you.
Yeah, I know. I was trying to find out because I'm so.
Going to match your abstract. Except for you. Janice, everything is the same as far as material. You can find everything, I think. Want to start painting it. Won't have time. Don't start painting now, you won't have time.
That's awesome. Yeah, when you look at it so long.
Sometimes you need to back up and look at it. All right. Sometimes, guys, you should stop and take a break and back up and look at your work from a distance, from far away. Sometimes you're sitting so close to it, you're not really seeing the whole picture. And it helps to back away and look at it from far away. Just a suggestion, you don't have to, but it always works for me. everybody's personality shows through. It's what I love so much about teaching. These are what we do all day now. Yes, ma'am. I thought you would do the highlight of my week. Did you get one of the postcards? I took a. We did. I forgot to put these at the back. Anybody who wants a postcard invitation to the show, putting them on the link. I have a bunch left, man, so take more. Tuesday, Wednesday class, my Monday and Tuesday morning. Oh, I love classes. Artists. Shelter on Monday nights, and we have a lunchtime in. That's where the show is. St. Matthew Community. Right on Washington. About to bring me to work. There you go. What? Oh, no, just bring it, make sure it's signed, and I'll try and find room for it. Beautiful. Thank you. I want this to start.
Not enough to feed that chicken yet. I love it. I love that. Vegan too long. I'm starving. Yeah, years. My mother's.
Susan, are we sharing today?
Oh, yeah.
You're muted.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know.
Okay,
It's up to Liz, I guess.
thanks.
Or, it doesn't exactly make the text, but it gives you the concept, right? Or, I mean, rates are like, they're too cheap.
We have a little over 10 minutes.
This is Miles Davis.
This time we're going to do
Human nature.
Yeah, I was like, I don't like the Jackson, and I was like, this is so. You know, that I feel really well. I know.
I miss his music. I wish I could honestly say.
I'm pretty confident. My gut's telling me that. My gut's telling me that. I mean, it's free. You know. But you know what? You gotta think about the time. You gotta think about the people that stay. They look like, you know, people that say that. That would know that. Make me better. Have you seen one? In the room. Okay, Louis, I would do it. Okay, Louis, I wouldn't do that with my uncle.
Right. But a lot of people get tricked and confused.
Not.
A lot of
I hear what you're saying, and I'm not, you know what I'm saying, that does happen. That was all just like. You know, he was definitely hanging out with him, but I think he wanted to be a kid. He wanted to be a kid. You know? I hope. All right, I'm gonna let go of my failure. I'm gonna share it with you, Liz.
practicing and learning.
Yeah.
It's never a failure. You're not happy with it, that you learn something from it. Not a failure.
I'll take a picture of it, then I'll throw it out.
Or say it, you might want to use it for collage later on. Really?
It's not a good.
Yeah. I love how you feel. All of it.
That was my, that's what I.
Married to a law school.
That's right, I should go find out. I didn't go follow them.
You have a way to carry the song. You know, if we let this dry.
Yeah.
You can make it, it's gonna be sculptural.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
Something like a finger.
Not finished, but it's
I am, you know, I am my friend. From like, with my side.
interesting.
I'm so trying to. I'm studying it, so.
Yeah, it's. Maybe go back to the red.
Like, that likes something like.
Oh,
Like that. peers can do the contract with Mike, so we don't probably can use that.
You're gonna visit that. I'm gonna see this as class.
No,
You have any choices in that?
no, not yellow. Yellow is too bright. Yellow plant.
Daniel has a lot of it. You have many ways to go.
Actually, I tried to. They don't.
We have to clean it. Couple minutes to clean up, everyone. Literally 2 minutes. Such a great.
Good.
Red and green. Probably not gonna finish.
Yeah. Alexa, what's the wind chill?
Right now, the wind chill is 42. Tonight, expected to feel like
Whew.
This is beautiful. I love the color. Like there's something there. I gotta go get ready. Making a big scene. Oh, nice.
I don't know, folks at home, if you've even heard any of the music now, even when I hold close to the screen. Oh, it's asking me if I'm playing music. Oh,
That-
next time I'll know. I can set up an audio. Where's the volume's really high?
Are we sharing today or no?
Yeah, we have to clean up.
Okay.
All right, folks, it's time to clean up. You know what? Let's do sharing first. Folks at home, I'm going to let you share first. So people here, I'm going to ask you to please stop conversations. Shh, 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 shh. We're going to share first, clean up second. So folks at home, looks like Margot's good to go on sharing. So I'm going to let you go first, Margot.
Okay.
So everybody look up at the big screen at Margot's great painting.
Oh, fantastic. Beautiful.
Margot, are you going to leave the background white or are you going to?
I'm waiting for it to dry. before I
Okay,
can
but
continue.
you are gonna use color around your shapes and numbers and letters.
I mean, some white, but not all white.
Excellent job. I like your composition. I love the exclamation point. And I love that things are off kilter. It's really created a lot of action and excitement in your image. Well done.
Okay, thanks.
All right, Stuart Davis, AKA Margot.
Great.
All right, Susan, would you like to share?
Yes, I'm not done yet. I'll show you what it looks like and then I'll show you a picture of it. It's not finished yet.
Wow. Oh, so you did collage?
Yes, but I may do some markers, writing with markers. Yeah, my glue sticks are not cooperating with me. All right, and the actual finished picture, because I have all these shapes to glue on, I'll show you in a minute. Okay.
Yours is very reminiscent of Matisse, I have to say.
Yeah, that too.
But you're copying a Davis.
I'm doing,
Yeah.
I can't even see it. I'm doing it from my brain.
Oh, it's your original work.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, you can't even see it on my phone. But when I'm done, I'll send you a JPEG. There's a whole bunch of shapes.
Awesome. Well done.
Thank you.
Very nice.
It was fun.
I'm glad you enjoyed. Great colors, great shapes.
Mm.
All right, it looks like, is Stephanie still here? There was an image of her screen there just for a second. No. All right, so now we're going to move on to the folks who are here. Ken, do you want to come up and share first? You're not going to share your beautiful work?
Mhm.
All right.
Hey,
See you soon.
so you guys gotta tell me which way you like it facing.
Oh, wait, we have to, sorry. We have to,
Get rid of Susan.
we have to
Well, not
replace
get rid
you,
of.
Susan. We're not getting rid of, we're replacing.
Wow,
Oh, beautiful.
Ends.
That's great.
that's great.
I really like, Ken left his textural and the brush strokes are showing, which I like very much in his piece.
That's beautiful.
Is that watercolor?
No, acrylic.
Acrylic.
Really? Wow.
So is it that one or
Really great.
maybe?
It is great.
I
By
like
the
it.
way, Liz, I used up the acrylic from class yesterday. Very nice.
Oh, fabulous.
Isn't it?
Fabulous. Which way are you gonna
It's interesting you could turn it different ways.
say?
I don't know.
Yes.
That'd be a hard decision.
I love it. Great.
Maybe
Beautiful.
put it on a vertical lazy Susan.
But I wasn't sure what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
But I remember I had a dream like the other night, and it was like a confusing situation. So in the dream, I decided, well, why don't I just float up, way up in the sky and look down at the streets.
Oh,
Nice.
It has that urban landscape feel to it.
yeah.
Definitely has depth.
Very nice.
I don't want to miss the bus, so I'm, is it right if I share?
Diana's next.
Well, my inspiration was a saxophone player. I don't know if people are familiar with. This is not him because he didn't wear hats, but Bird, which is Charlie Parker. And he used to hang out here in Weehawken with the Baroness Nika. I don't know if anybody's aware that there was a Baroness in the 50s that Thelonious Monk and a lot of the jazz musicians used to hang out at her mansion, which is still there. But I'm very inspired by Stuart Davis's work, and I love jazz. So
That's very cool.
Mhm.
and I love collage. So this is my piece. So,
Great.
Beautiful.
Great.
I had a relative in Ischia, Italy, that his name was Vincenzo Funicello. I never met him. I'm going to bring some pictures of his studio, but he used to go to the tailor shops and get rags and collage. And he was a
Wow.
sculptor, so I guess I inherited his love of collage. So that's,
Recycling before
terrific.
it's trendy.
Great.
thank you. And I love pink.
Mm.
Well done.
Everybody have a nice holiday.
You too. Samara, do you want to share today? Yes. So, go show your work in progress.
Very nice.
See you soon, Diane. Bye-bye. Thank you. Happy Easter.
Oh,
Ours is a
Sarah,
Oh,
nice, nice color.
beautiful, Tamara. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Love it.
Nice, Mark. Maya, are you going to share? But, yeah.
Get the hell away from here.
I haven't finished yet.
God.
Oh,
Goodness sake. Oh, I see. I like the black.
Wow, I like it.
yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
I like the combinations of colors.
Prices to make. She's struggling.
Orange, purple, green, and orange. Beautiful.
White steak.
I have not. Yeah.
Some people are saying leave it white. Maybe that's what you do.
Okay. I think. Thank you.
Well done. I like the way Maya's is so smooth and flat, very much like Stuart Davis, the way he applied his paint. Very flat like that. All right, Daniel, your turn. Well done, Maya.
Well, originally I wanted
There
to
we
make
go.
it because of a Sunday event, but it was a little bit too dark for some audiences. So I decided to do something more innocent.
Oh, that's lovely.
Very nice.
That's
Nice
great.
color.
I call this piece the wild pig.
Ah,
Beautiful.
that's great.
Right.
Uh-oh. I'm getting busy. I think I like it that way the best. That's your call.
Yeah, that's great.
Let's see a face in it, a pig's face.
Beautiful shapes.
I mean,
Your shapes come up off the edge and swirl to the middle of your composition.
Well, I do that guy's techniques a little bit.
You like
Very-
to or you didn't?
Well, no. I try to emulate it because I'm not exactly a copycat. So, like I said, I just took the inspiration of cubism that he tried to do.
Okay.
Although that cubism will happen, great on the original piece that I wanted to make because of the event that happened on Sunday, but it, like I said, after realizing the kind of audience, I thought it was, I thought I should hold it.
Oh, wonderful.
Great shapes and colors.
Thank you for
love
sharing.
it.
Go ahead, Jen. It's your turn. What will be next? Janice is sharing.
Where do you put the?
Everybody look at
Where
the
do you-
big screen.
Oh, right there. Okay, that's the camera.
Yeah. A bit higher up if you can, Jen. Really? This is the
Wow.
direction you need.
Oh,
Oh.
wow.
No, actually, like
Yes,
that.
okay.
Just
what I
trying
wanted
to
to
be
do.
playful today.
Wonderful, you do such.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Thank you. It's from the
Love.
pastel sticks. Thank you.
Very
Pastels.
nice. Beautiful, Janice.
Thank you.
All right. Bless.
Come on.
I chose to make a drawing of Stuart Davis.
Drawing by Stuart
Mhm.
Davis first.
Okay.
Then I copy him and we color it. Me
Oh,
and my
beautiful.
5-year-old help me.
Very
She's here.
Art
nice.
participation.
Very nice.
She wants to be part of the art class.
Art, great job.
Oh,
And that is
oh,
art.
oh, how sweet.
Great job.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
You guys worked so hard together. You should be very proud of what you created.
You know,
Well
wait. Oh, yeah.
really well done. Keep to work. In all my years of teaching, I've never seen anyone do that. You work very well together. Donna, are you going to share?
No, no.
Sure.
No, I'm not done.
Sometimes showing unfinished work is a great way to get ideas and suggestions. All right, then let's clean up, folks. Wonderful. And if you're done cleaning, I will see you next week. Folks at home, Art on, I will see you next week.
Thank you, Liz.
You are
Thanks.
so welcome. I think we have at least one more week in April. Yeah, I think next week is our last week in April. And I have a wonderful lesson planned for you. So art on, see, do, appreciate